today's IG Live, I am going to discuss pattern alterations and tips and tricks you can use if you are different cup sizes. So this seems like something that is not very common, is like a deviation, or like it just isn't common, but it actually is really common. A lot of women have different cup sizes, especially nursing moms as well. If they nurse one side versus the other, or just switch, their breast sizes can be different. Also, a woman who is nursing and once they stop nursing, sometimes most of the time, their breasts aren't in the same condition that they were before they started breastfeeding, and they can be different cup sizes. So I'm going to show you the pattern alterations, but there are many different ways you can accommodate different cup sizes. First of all, if you want to look at your Maris bralette and determine what you need. So one thing couple of things. Actually, 3 things you can do. But you need to first determine how much you need to add. So first thing to ask yourself is, do I need to go up a cup size? So if you are an AB on this cup and then like a CD on that cup, then you would make an AB on this cup and then a CD on this cup. Not hard to do. All that you would have to do is change the side or the back band, because one is going to be longer and wider than the other. But the tutorial that I'm going to show you today is if you are like a half cup size bigger, that is what this tutorial is going to show you. So let's just say you have an AB cup here, and this one is just like slightly too tight, and you don't want to go up a full cup size, but you want to go up a little bit, just add a little bit more volume. Now first of all, you need to determine, do you need to add just a little bit more coverage here, or do you need to add more fullness throughout the whole cup? So there are 2 different alterations for each. So a good way to determine that, you're probably asking, well, like, how do I know how much I need to add, or if I need to go up a full cup size? I tried on the AB cup, and this is too small. I need to go up, but I don't know if you need to go up a full cup size or just need to add a little bit. Make a test cup. So if you're an AB in this cup, make a CD in this cup and test it. If it's still too big and you're like, this is too big, I think I just only need a little bit more, then that's a good way to determine if you need to go a full cup size or if you just need to add a little bit. Okay, so I have a Maris bralette cut out. It's a size medium AB cup, and the reason why I use this size is just so that it fits and you can see everything. Sometimes when you get in larger sizes, not everything fits together on the camera. So if you are, let me go over the easier one. Let's just say you need a little bit more coverage to the front neckline of the Maris. Now that's a really easy alteration. So these are sewn together. So I'm gonna position these so that they are how they would be if they were sewn together. Let me bring this up here. Okay. And then this would be sewn right here. I'm overlapping them 1/2 inch because I know that the seam allowances are 1/4 inch. So if you just need to add a little bit more coverage to the front neckline of the Maris, I wouldn't increase this any more than 3/8 inch, because then it will look like you curved it outwards. But what you'll do is you will actually, let me place this over pattern paper. All right, let me reposition. Okay. So what you would do is you would add I wouldn't add anything more than 1/2 inch to the front neckline, because then it will look like it's curved outwards. Now you might be asking, well, how do I know where to like add, more fullness? So you're gonna have to determine that on your mares, because some women carry the weight of their breasts upwards, and some women carry the weight of the breast downwards. So what I would do is I would try on your mirrors and pin 2 points where you need to add fullness. But let's just say I tried on my mirrors and my pin was right there, and then my pin was right there. So what you would do is you would measure out a 1/2 inch. So let's just say this is a 1/2 inch, and then you would blend to 0. You would after you mark out from a 1/2 inch, you would use like a curved ruler. I might take this away because that was just for visuals. You would use a French ruler to clean up this curve. But basically you would add a little bit to the front neckline, blend to 0 at the bottom point, and then blend to 0 wherever you pinned. So that would be the alteration to add a little bit more fullness to the front neckline. Now let's say that you tried on your mirrors and you need to increase it overall, the volume, not just at the front neckline. So what you would do there is you would do what I call a slash and open. And the same method would go if, let's just say, you need to go a little bit smaller. So you slash and open or you slash and close. So I am going to, let's see here. I take my 2 bottom cut pieces. And let's just say you need a little bit just more volume throughout. So I'm going to slash through, slash through. Okay, that's the first step. And then I'm going to slash through and then slash through. I'm slashing through the armhole and not the side seam, because if I increase the side seam, I'm going to have to change the back band that it connects to. And then through here. Okay, I'm going to put these 2 pieces out of the way until I bring my pattern paper back so I don't lose them. So I would increase this if you just needed it like a little bit. About like a 1/16, because each cup size increases an 1/8 of an inch on each side, which is a quarter, which is for like a full grade. So you just want to increase this like a hair. And that way you add a little bit more volume. And you'd basically do the same thing to the other side, which it doesn't seem like a lot, but it will give you a little bit more wiggle room if you just feel a little bit too tight. So this is what you would do to the lower bralette cups. You would slash them vertically, and you can place those vertical slashes anywhere. You want it to be along the top of the cross cup seam, and then you would slash it horizontally, making sure that the horizontal slash goes through the armhole and not through the side seam. You would slash and open it about, I have like a hair here, which together will give you just that little bit more wiggle room if you just feel a little bit too tight. So then what you would do is you would use your marker and you would trace around the perimeter and make your new pattern. So now if for the upper triangle cup, since you slashed and opened it here and here, you increase the length of the cross cup seam. So you have to do the same alteration for the upper cup. So I move this away, and what you would do is you would slash it through here. And let's just say you increase it 1/16 of an inch and 1/16 of an inch on the left and right lower bralette cups, then you would slash and open this 1/8 of an inch. 1/16 of an inch plus 1/16 of an inch equals 1/8 of an inch. So then you would retrace the triangle upper cup. And that's it. So that's just if you want to give like a little bit more wiggle room in your one side of your Maris bralette. And you would do the opposite if you needed to decrease it. So instead of slashing and opening, you would slash and close or overlap it. And so that's it. That's the tutorial.